So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another mental model that's important to get you to grasp because obviously mental models are representations about how the reality work, and as much more you grasp them, higher is so your probability to get what you want. And that is prosperity, because prosperity you just have it if you have decision making sharp. And to have decision making sharp, you need to have good interpretation about the context that you are. You need to have good principles to rule your actions that you take, and also for that you require to have information, and you just have information if you study what other ones have so experienced in their lives. It's like the easier way, is the way that you absorb more. And then so with that paper I'm going to develop today the economic one mental model that's called the whole ring theory. How tiny skill gaps create massive inequality. So what's the core idea is it was a mental model that was named after the Challenger disaster, where faulty O-ring seal caused a shuttle explosion. It was so made by economists, the Michael Kramer's, and obviously so it has called labeled as the O-ring theory that explains why small difference in skill or quality can lead to extreme economic inequality. So in complex systems, the weakest link determines overall success, causing high-skilled workers to cluster in high-value industries and low-skilled workers to get trapped in poverty cycles. But then so now that we already have the first statement, we need to understand better how it works. So what could be a first bullet point that I would like to bring is the complementarity. Production relies on multiple tasks. If one task fails, like example, a lazy employee, a broken machine, the entire product's values plummets. Example is a Michelin star restaurant needs a top chef and skilled wait staff. A single bad dish or road server ruins reputation. It's like what do you need to want that's positive. You need to rely and have to build, having encountered a lot of things. You need to do a lot of stuff, but to lose it, you just need to do something, one thing bad. It's basically that. To construct, you so have to build a lot, and to lose just requires you to do one thing bad in comparison with the thousands of things that you have done right, and then you got in a bad position. So it's kind of requires you to be perfectionist. So two, skill multipliers. High skilled workers team up with other elites, amplifying their value. Low skilled workers get stuck in low value chains. Example, the Silicon Valley engineers cluster at Google, Apple because their skills complement each other, driving up wages. See, so we as a group, me having the ability to teaming up with people that are already exceptional, makes me so amplify the value that I have and how much I earn, because we as a company, we're so creating a much higher force in terms of quality than other one. So much more money is coming for us, and then so more wages. And then obviously in comparison with the other one's competition, understand that they work in an environment that the winner takes all, a lot of monopolies, and then so you are exponentially much more well paid than just the second one after you. And it neither always has to do with you having that much of in terms of quality that much higher than me, but just requires you to be a bit better. We work in winner takes all competition that you're trying to get, that is the clients. They also go for what's the best one, and then so your exponential will receive much more than what you are proportionally better than your competition. That's something that we see. That's what you call as a winner takes all market, and we see them a lot in our environment. But then so now that we have understood it, what's still as well important to get that the about other than just these two bullet points are other three binary outcomes. Small skill gaps leads to winner takes all market, so it's a reinforcement of the introducement that I have done. Example, a singer 10% better than rivals gets 100% of the streaming revenue. Taylor Swift versus like local bands. Could give example that I could give. So what I have done so of the complementary production relies on multiple tasks. If one task fails, a lazy employee working machine, the entire produced values plummet. So it says that you're kind of lot defined by the your production is you just take a lot in some type of actions that are a lot deterministic of the repetition that you have. So perfectionism, having care with the details, and obviously so it depends as well of the ability that you have, the budget that you have, so to fulfill all your needs with what exists as the best. Then normally these big type of companies have. If you're kind of restricted in the budget, you probably have to more rely and you have a lot of trade-offs. Or you choose to be someone to buy someone that's a lot of goods in one specific task, but then you don't have so many for other ones. And then so that other one that you're gonna pay is not gonna be efficient. And as I said, just a small thing to hurt your reputation, and then so you don't have enough money to resort to buy it. So someone that has competence, and then so that one it kind of makes their job bad, and then so everyone of your company what is produced adds a bad image, and then so reinforces the gap because obviously so the winner takes all market is present, and then that high ones that already have a high budget and have so produced a team that doesn't have weaknesses, they will so produce a much better type of product than you, and it is exponential type of differentiation happening over the time because it's a reinforcement tool, the positive one. That's so the winner takes all markets create. What could be some other real world examples of this? The Space Shuttle Challenger in the 1986, a single ship O-ring failed, destroying a 3 billion shuttle. Tiny flaw, catastrophic loss. Tech industry, Apple's success relies on genius designers and Foxconn's precision manufacturing. A single factory defect like the bent iPhone sparks global outrage. In sports, a soccer team with 10 stars, more one weak defender, loses championships. Team pay millions to replace the weak link. Another type of example in basketball, we have five versus five. You could like have four really good guys, but if you have 1 week, what the opponent team is going to do is going to do switches to get so their best player versus so your the weak one that you have, and it's so easy buckets for them. It's basically that. It's sometimes certain type of systems neither always is like having the best. It's probably your success is a lot defined by what's the value of your weakest person that you have doing a job, because it can be explored in sport, so in the environment that you are present on. And global supply chains, a single unethical supplier like shield labor in cobalt mine taints entire tech brands like Apple, Tesla, and a lot of the owners so gets with bad reputation. So I think obviously understands why it matters. It creates an income inequality. So like top 1% earners capture 38% of wealth growth. And obviously it comes with the winner takes all markets that we are present in. Education traps, poor schools, low skills workers stuck in low paying, error sensitive jobs. Them being in low paid jobs, they produce chills. And obviously these children, then the fathers and mothers, they don't have money, so they will remain in poor schools. Remaining poor schools, the cycle goes on, low skills, and goes on segregation between rich people and so the poor people. And innovation stagnation. Startups fail if one co-founder underperforms. It's like making that weird in monopolies, just like 1, 2 companies are in the market, so the innovation is difficult because it is less type of person, less type of competition. I don't have so the motion, the drive to create something new. What could be the solutions? Personal type of fixes. Universal skill upgrading, like investing in education training for all workers, not just elites. And we have it like in Germany's vocational schools, redistribute talent like tax incentives for top engineers to mentor in low-skilled sectors like agri-tech in Africa could be an example. Fail-safe system, automate hero-prone tasks like AA, the artificial intelligence quality control in factories, and what could be, and it's something that's applied a lot today, obviously. So if it's good or bad depends on your interpretation, but what we have is progressive taxation, use wealth taxes to fund social safety nets for those trapped in low skilled roles, and that's important to not be used that money so to have corruption and to redistribute for people that just get it and they don't have incentives so to perform it, because this money is to promote and is to give to people to make them so be in a better position, not to mean stagnant and having the incentives enough so to not have evolution and remain so in a position that they so want to save that money without making the work. So it's something that we need to understand to not feel trapped and we having a specific objective, but we've been making worse with certain type of actions that we do and making not the people so evolved. So I expect this video was make you gain insights. I expect it was enough to have made like, to subscribe and see other videos that may trigger your interest. Without much more to say, just thank you and see you in the next one.